Hello to all my beautiful friends out there. I'm Dan Prock, also known as Brother Dan, and I wanted to make a Facebook Live video with you all today so I could interact with a few of you who might get on here, but also to save something on my page because, well, let me just say, have you ever had something happen in your life which was really unbelievable? And also true. Well, that's what happened to me. Something that is really unbelievable and true that led me to write a book that I just got published that is called The Book of Love. And the book's amazing. It's all about God's love, which is inside of all of us and connecting to that love. But the story of how that book came about is what I'm going to share with you right now. So, back when all this stuff happened with lockdown earlier this year, something in me was like, I gotta get out of town. So I went to Sedona. And I went out there for 2 weeks. I was gonna go out there for 2 weeks and then come back. And once it got into the second week being out there, something in me was like, man, I gotta add another week. And then I stayed another week and I just kept adding weeks and adding weeks. And I met the most amazing people. I was hiking, going to the Energy Vortex mountains, exercising, going on these long hikes, filming videos that are my life coaching videos on my YouTube channel, meeting amazing people, synchronicities. That's just the way life is out there. Got a new girlfriend, soulmate, twin flame style. Like so many amazing things happen. And then there was this time out there where, for some reason, the way that I usually would add another week and another week and another week to keep staying out there just didn't work out. Like there wasn't any room at the resorts I was staying at. There weren't hotels available in town. And I had went to this place called Angel Valley, which is really angelic. If you love angels, if you love high vibrations, if you love peace, and just a beautiful sense of nature and well-being, go to Angel Valley in Sedona. But I go there and I stay there, and I'm going to stay there for one night. And stay there one night. The next night, they have a labyrinth walk, and it's full moon, sound bath. So there's a bunch of people there, not too many, like 15 or so. And the labyrinth is something where you walk through this maze type structure and you get to the center and you walk back out. It's a spiritual thing, but I learned that it resets your system in a lot of ways. It syncs your left and right hemisphere of your brain. And I met some girls there and we start talking before we do the walk. I talked to them for a couple minutes. And we're just talking about just spiritual type of stuff, high vibe things. And after we did the walk and walking, I was the last person that exited the labyrinth. So I basically lost everyone that I had met earlier on. But the next day, I get a note on my cabin door that says that these girls want to connect with me. And I found a way to connect with them. So I stay another night in Angel Valley and meet up with the girls. We're hanging out, campfire, talking about all sorts of cool stuff, God and love and just our experiences in life, those sort of things. And one of the girls says that she's heard about a book called The Book of Love by Jesus. And I just remember thinking, I just said, I want that book. That sounds amazing. And she said that she heard that it got destroyed in the Alexandria Library, either destroyed or taken out of the Alexandria Library. Some ancient book that got removed. And I just remember thinking, man, I want that book. And I said, well, where would I get the book? Have you read it? She said, I haven't read it, but you'll find it. And I just know I thought the thought. I was like, Jesus, I want that book. That sounds amazing. And then the next day, I'm in my cabin And I think I went to exercise in the morning, so my vibration was really good. And I get this little voice in my head. It's not with my ears out here, it's like inside. And just a little voice, like a message coming in that says, "The Book of Love by Jesus the Christ, channeled by Daniel Prock. My beloved, it is with great love that I share," and it just starts going. That's all I know. And this was something where I'm new to this whole thing, because I actually have had something like this happen before, a few months back, maybe a month or a month and a half before this. I was on a hike and I got a message in my mind about an oligarchy. And I actually made a video on my YouTube channel about that, because I stopped. I was like, what's an oligarchy? And then I looked up the term, and it's a small group of people who controls and manipulates the society or groups. And I got that whole message. I recorded that. I made a video about it on my YouTube page. But this one was The Book of Love by Jesus the Christ. And I was like, let me just stop what I'm doing, pull out my microphone, because I know what I'm doing. I'm an actor, so I'd be like, let me record this. So I close my eyes, get myself, clear my mind, let the words drop in, and I just read these words coming into my mind. And the first stream of, I'll just call it a stream of consciousness that came through me was about 40 minutes. And it was a 40-minute recording, and it was really amazing, like God's love, and that love isn't something that we need to learn. Love is something that we are. Those types of concepts, like thousands of gold nuggets within that first segment. And then a few minutes later, in my mind, The Book of Love by Jesus the Christ, channeled by Daniel Prock, chapter 2. Say, okay, here we go. So I record that one. And then it's late in the day, and I'm thinking, am I going to get like a whole Bible here? Am I going to get some huge 1,000-page book? And am I going to be in Angel Valley for a while? Or is it going to be short? We'll see. So the next morning I get up, I clear my mind, and I feel chapter 3 is coming through. So I get that one. Clear my mind. The next segment says final words. I say, okay, cool. It's not a humongous book, but it's a good full book. So then I spent the day transcribing the book from oral, because I just recorded it. That's the way I like to do it. When I get a message, I take it from my mind, I speak it, and then I transcribe it into the written word, and then I started formatting it. And gosh, I just had this vision. I want this gold heart with gold angel wings that really represents like God's love, Jesus' love, purest form of love that you could ever imagine or feel or be in all aspects of our being. I wanted it to represent that. So that's how this book came about. It's The Book of Love. And on the cover page of the book says, The Book of Love, the words of Jesus Christ, written by Daniel Prock. I put it that way because I wasn't sure if people knew what channeling was, and I'm kind of new to this idea of getting a message in my mind and bringing it into the world. But that's where it came from, man. It's the Book of Love. It's absolutely, it's really beautiful and spectacular. And I just wanted to give you a background message so you could get an idea of where this whole book is coming from. I got it published on Amazon. Today, and only today, we are running a free ebook download. So I'll put a link below this video where you can get a free download of the ebook from Amazon. And yeah, it's just a beautiful, empowering message. And a lot of the theme is about the way that we've been programmed in life to believe more than what we see, hear, believe in our physical senses more than we believe in our divinity, believe in living in our heart, living in our soul, more so than living in our mind and living in our body per se, living more in our Christ consciousness, those types of ideas. And this book will really help you to go deeper inside yourself where there is peace. If you go and take a deep breath and just, you can take a few deep breaths at any point and feel a sense of peace and well-being inside you. That peace is always there. It's always there. And I just feel blessed to be able to share a message of love with the world. And it really makes sense to me now, because about 10 years ago, I didn't love myself. And I had to build up my self-love. And then I started changing the definitions in life where I would tell myself, I am loving, I am lovable, I am loved, I am adored. And I would tell myself stories about the world I live in, saying, it's a loving universe. It's a loving world that I live in. There's smiley, happy, friendly, loving people everywhere I go. I kept defining love in different ways and sending that energy out into the way that I experience life. And then most recently, I was making videos on my YouTube page, meditation videos about being someone who loves. I made one meditation video called I Am Someone Who Loves, to just program ourselves to be someone who loves all the time. I made another one that's called Open Your Heart Valve, which is opening your heart and staying open and having a loving sense of being as your habitual state of being, because that is our natural divine state that we really are always in, or were in at the beginning of our life. But gosh, life, environment, our parents, our teachers, our schools, our governments, all this stuff teaches us anger, fear, doubt, worry, division, separation, all this stuff. All those lies or misperceptions are what this book addresses, and what this book will help you get into is your divinity. And then I even made a video course called Becoming Someone Who Loves, to help train people to become habitually, chronically loving, joyful, peaceful, happy. So all these things that I was doing, building my love vibration, loving more and more and more and more and more, I see, looking back, how I aligned with the energy of something like the Book of Love. You'll absolutely love it. But I'm just excited to get this out to the world, excited to share this story with you and this message. And the Book of Love is available now. So feel free to comment below. I'll comment back to you, and I'll put a link below this video so that you can get that book today. It's free on ebook, or as an ebook on Amazon, but that's just for today. And then, gosh, you love it, feel like, man, this is a great message, then you can buy it for your family or whoever you love, to spread more love into the world, give away some sweet Christmas presents with the Book of Love as well. So God bless you. I love you. Happy to share these positive words with you. If you have any questions, feel free to direct message me or comment below this video, and I'll get back to you. Make sure you have a glorious day. God's love to you and everything. Adios.